That's right. You think of yourself as a butler. Think of yourself as a butler. Look at me. Yes, you are the butler. Now begin your work. Take the first shirt. Get to work. You are not satisfied unless you do your work. You must do your work properly. You must not fail in your duties. You must do your job. You will iron the shirt. You will iron the shirt. That is right. You are not satisfied unless you are ironing the shirt. You are not pleased unless you are ironing the shirt. It feels correct and right and proper to iron the shirt. It feels correct and right and proper to iron the shirt. You are so glad to be ironing the shirt. There has never been a time where you do not iron the shirt. No, concentrate. Look at me. Look into my eyes. You are the butler. That's right. Now get back to work. You must iron the shirt. There has never been a time where you do not iron the shirt. Never think of yourself as anyone other than who irons the shirt, who takes care of this for the master. You must iron the shirt. You must not think of yourself as anything other than the person who irons the shirt. Who irons the shirt? It is you. You are the butler. You are the servant. You are the person who irons the shirt. You have always been the person who irons the shirt. Never you think of yourself as anything other than the person who irons the shirt. You must always be the person who does the chores. You must iron the shirt. You must vacuum the floor. You must polish the silverware. You must do the dishes. You must clean the foyer. You must dust the chandelier. There is never a time where you are not the person who does these things. You are glad to do these things. It makes you happy to do these things. You must iron the shirt. Never stop ironing the shirt because you are the person who irons the shirt. Good, good. You will put away the shirt. You must have these things ready for the master. You are the butler. You are the servant. Do not look away. You are the person who irons the shirt. You are the person who irons the shirt. Yes. Good. Back to work. There are more clothes. There are more things to do for the master. You must iron the shirt. You must iron the shirt. You must do as the master bids. You must iron the shirt. There has never been a time where you do not iron the shirt. You must never burn the shirt. You must never damage the shirt. You must serve the master. You will always do as he bids. You will always iron the shirt. There has never been a time where you do not iron the shirt. There has never been a time where you do not dress like the butler. There has never been a time where you do not act the part of the servant. You must do everything the servant does, because that is who you are. Ask yourself, who am I? And you will respond, I am the person who irons the shirt. I am the butler. I am the person who does what the master bids. I will put away the shirt. It makes me happy to serve the master. It makes me happy to do as the master bids. I am the person who irons the shirt. I will put away the shirt. I will get the next shirt. I am glad to do so, because that is what the master bids. I will iron the shirt. I will do as the master bids. I will not stop until my chores are done. I will iron the shirt. I will vacuum the floor. I will clean the closet. I will make the bed. I will do the linens. curtains. I will fold the clothes. I will iron the shirt, because that is who I am. There has never been a time where I do not iron the shirt. There has never been a time where I do not do as the master bids. I am the butler. I am the servant. It does not matter who I was before. I do not remember who I was before. All I remember is that I am the person who irons the shirt. I am the person who does as the master bids. I am the person who irons the shirt. I am the person who irons the shirt. I am the person who does as the master bids. There has never been a time where I do not iron the shirt. Yes, think to yourself, who am I? Look at me. You do not fight it. You cannot fight it. How dare you leave? Return! 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 That's right. Back to work. You are the person who irons the shirt. You are the person who irons the shirt. Very good. You are doing well. You will be rewarded. You will be allowed to sleep in the servants' quarters. You will be given butler clothes to wear, and you will always refer to yourself as the butler. You are the person who irons the shirt. You are the person who does as is bid. You will tell the new servants what to do. The new servants will need guidance. They will need someone who is already under the master's sway. You know what to do. You will tell them what to clean. You will tell them how to act. You will tell them to do as the master bids. And if any of them try to leave, you will stop them, and you will bring them to the master, and the master will make sure that they also iron the shirts, that they also do as the master bids, that they dress as maids and butlers, and they do as the master bids. There has never been a time where you do not do as the master bids. You must be very careful with the shirts. These are new shirts. They are clean. They are fresh. You must not damage them. You will treat them with the utmost care. You will make sure that they look good for the master. You always want to make sure that you do your job appropriately. You will do it to the best of your ability, and there has never been a time where you do not do as the master bids. There has never been a time where you are not the person who irons the shirts. There has never been a time where you do not do as the master bids. Good. You will not let anything fall. You will not let anything get damaged. You will do as the master bids. You will iron the shirts. You will do so carefully. You are proud to serve the master. Think to yourself, who am I? I am the butler. I am the servant. I am the person who irons the shirt. When people come to the door and ask for the master, you will say, one moment, because you are the butler, and you will get the master. And when the master comes, you will introduce him as the master. You will tell them the master has arrived, and you will never think otherwise, because you are the person who serves the master. You are the butler. You are the servant. That's right. That's right. Do not look away. You are the butler. You have always been the butler. Very good. Make sure to clean the shirts appropriately. Make sure to iron and press them appropriately. You have always been the servant of the master. There has never been a time where you do not serve the master. There has never been a time where you do not clean the shirts. Think to yourself, who was I before? There is no answer to question. You have always been the person who irons the shirts. You have always been the person who cleans. You have always been the person who does as the master bids. You will never be anything other than the person who irons the shirts. Think to yourself, do I want to run away? No, I do not want to run away. There are chores to be done. There are clothes to be cleaned. There are shirts to be pressed. There are dishes to be washed. There are floors to be cleaned. There are other servants to train. I must train them. I must do as the master bids. I must never think of myself as anything other than the person who cleans the shirts, than the person who irons the shirts, than the butler. I am the butler. I have always been the butler. I will always be the butler. I will do as the master bids. I will be extraordinarily careful with his white shirts. I will see that they are crisp and well pressed. I will not let the slightest stain get on them. Yes, always clean for the master. You will clean for the master. Look into my eyes and clean for the master. Good, you are the butler. Very, very good. You will do as the master bids. You will clean for the master. You will do as the master bids. There has never been a time where you do not do as the master bids. Do not run from me. You are not allowed to run from me. Come back. Look into my eyes. You will serve the master. You have always been the butler. You will clean the shirt. You will press the shirt. If you disobey me again, you will press the iron into your own hand, and you will be glad to do so rather than disobey the master. Good, good. Continue cleaning. Continue pressing the master's shirts. There has never been a time where you did not press the master's shirts. There has never been a time where you did not serve the master. There has never been a time where you were not the butler. Ask yourself, who am I? And you will say, I am the butler. I have always been the butler. There has never been a time where I was not the butler. There has never been a time where I do not iron the shirts. I will do as the master bids. I will do as I am asked. I will never disobey again. I will iron the shirts. I will do as I am commanded, because the master commands me to. Who am I? I am the butler. I am the butler. I am the butler. Who are you? You are.
I hear and obey.